Welcome back, in part 3 of Google Chrome.
Browser extensions are able to modify Google Chrome.
They are supported by the browser's desktop edition, but not on mobile.
These extensions are written using web technologies like HTML, JavaScript, and CSS.
They are distributed through Chrome Web Store, initially known as the Google Chrome Extensions Gallery.
Some extensions focus on providing accessibility features.
Google Tone is an extension developed by Google that, when enabled, can use a computer's speakers to exchange URLs with nearby computers. With an internet connection that has the extension enabled as well.
On September 9, 2009, Google enabled extensions by default on Chrome's developer channel and provided several sample extensions for testing.
In December, the Google Chrome Extensions Gallery beta began with approximately 300 extensions.
It was launched on January 25, 2010, along with Google Chrome 4.0, containing approximately 1,500 extensions. In 2014, Google started preventing some Windows users from installing extensions not hosted on the Chrome Web Store.
The following year, Google reported a 75% drop in customer support help requests for uninstalling unwanted extensions, which led them to expand this restriction to all Windows and Mac users.
In October 2018, Google announced a major future update to Chrome's extension API, known as Manifest v3, in reference to the manifest file contained within extensions.
Manifest v3 is intended to modernize the extension architecture and improve the security and performance of the browser. It adopts declarative API'(S) to decrease the need for overly broad access and enable more performant implementation by the browser, replaces background pages with feature-limited service workers to reduce resource usage and prohibits remotely hosted code.
Google faced a criticism for this change, as, in the case of ad blockers, it limits the number of rules that may be set and the types of expressions that may be used.
Additionally, the prohibition of remotely hosted code will restrict the ability for ad blocking filter lists to be updated independently of the extension itself.
See the corresponding section for more details over the criticism of the Manifest v3 change. Notable examples are AdBlock Plus, AdBlock for Chrome, Cut the Rope, Dropbox, Evernote Web, Facebook Messenger, Ghostery, Google Maps, HTTPS Everywhere, discontinued. Pandora Radio, Pixel Express, Privacy Badger, Streamless, discontinued. TweetDeck, Stop Tony Live, discontinued. A new block origin. The JavaScript virtual machine used by Chrome, the V8 JavaScript engine, has features such as dynamic code generation, hidden class transitions, and precise garbage collection. In 2008, several websites performed benchmark tests using the SunSpider JavaScript benchmark tool, as well as Google's own set of computationally intense benchmarks, which include ray tracing and constraint solving.
They unanimously reported that Chrome performed much faster than all competitors against which it had been tested, including Safari for Windows, Firefox 3.0, Internet Explorer 7, Opera, and Internet Explorer 8.
However, on October 11, 2010, independent tests of JavaScript performance, Chrome has been scoring just behind Opera's Presto engine since it was updated in version 10.5. On September 3, 2008, Mozilla responded by stating that their own TraceMonkey JavaScript engine, then in beta, was faster than Chrome's V8 engine in some tests.
John Rizig, Mozilla's JavaScript evangelist, further commented on the performance of different browsers on Google's own suite, commenting on Chrome's decimating of the other browsers, but he questioned whether Google's suite was representative of real programs.
He stated that Firefox 3.0 performed poorly on recursion-intensive benchmarks, such as those of Google, because the Mozilla team had not implemented recursion tracing yet. 2 weeks after Chrome's launch in 2008, the WebKit team announced a new JavaScript engine, Scrollfish Extreme, citing a 36% speed improvement over Chrome's V8 engine. Like most major web browsers, Chrome uses DNS prefetching to speed up website lookups, as do other browsers like Firefox, Safari, Internet Explorer, called DNS pre-resolution, and in Opera as a user script, not built-in. Chrome formerly used their now-deprecated SPDY protocol instead of only HTTP when communicating with servers that support it, such as Google services, Facebook, Twitter.
SPDY support was removed in Chrome version 51.
This was due to SPDY being replaced by HTTP/2, a standard that was based upon it. In November 2019, Google said it was working on several speed badging systems that let visitors know why a page is taking time to show up.
The variations include simple text warnings and more subtle signs that indicate a site is slow.
No date has been given for when the badging system will be included with a Chrome browser. Chrome formerly supported a data saver feature for making pages load faster, called light mode.
Whoa!
Previously, Chrome engineers Adi Osmani and Scott Little announced light mode would automatically lazy load images and frames for faster page loads.
Light mode was switched off in Chrome 100, citing a decrease in mobile data costs for many countries. Chrome periodically retrieves updates of 2 blacklists, one for phishing and one for malware, and warns users when they attempt to visit a site flagged as potentially harmful.
This service is also made available for use by others via a free public API called Google Safe Browsing API.
Chrome uses a process allocation model to sandbox tabs.
Using the principle of least privilege, each tab process cannot interact with critical memory functions. For example, OS memory, user files, or other tab processes similar to Microsoft's protected mode used by Internet Explorer 9 or greater.
The sandbox team is said to have taken this existing process boundary and made it into a jail.
This enforces a computer security model whereby there are 2 levels of multi-level security, user and sandbox, and the sandbox can only respond to communication requests initiated by the user.
On Linux, sandboxing uses the second mode. In January 2015, Torrent Freak reported that using Chrome when connected to the internet using a VPN can be a serious security issue due to the browser's support for WebRTC. On September 9, 2016, it was reported that starting with Chrome 56, users will be warned when they visit insecure HTTP websites to encourage more sites to make the transition to HTTPS. On December 4, 2018, Google announced its Chrome 71 release with new security features, including a built-in ad featuring system.
In addition, Google also announced its plan to crack down on websites that make people involuntarily subscribe to mobile subscription plans.
On September 2, 2020, with the release of Chrome 85, Google extended support for secure DNS in Chrome for Android.
DNS over HTTPS, though, was designed to improve safety and privacy while browsing the web.
Under the update, Chrome automatically switches to DNS over HTTPS, though, if the current DNS provider supports the feature. Since 2008, Chrome has been faulted for not including a master password to prevent casual access to a user's passwords.
Chrome developers have indicated that a master password does not provide real security against determined hackers and have refused to implement one.
Bugs filed on this issue have been marked, "Won't fix."
As of February 2014, Google Chrome asks the user to enter their Windows account password before showing saved passwords.
On Linux, Google Chrome/Chromium can store passwords in three ways: genome peering, K-wallet, or plain text.
Google Chrome/Chromium chooses which store to use automatically based on the desktop environment in use.
Passwords stored in genome peering or K-wallet are encrypted on disk, and access to them is controlled by dedicated daemon software.
Passwords stored in plain text are not encrypted.
Because of this, when either genome peering or K-wallet is in use, any unencrypted passwords that have been stored previously are automatically moved into the encrypted store.
Support for using genome peering and K-wallet was added in version 6, but using these, when available, was not made the default mode until version 12.
As of version 45, the Google Chrome Password Manager is no longer integrated with Keychain since the interoperability goal is no longer possible. No security vulnerabilities in Chrome were exploited in the 3 years of TaBNWNE from 2009 to 2011.
At TaBNWNE 2012, Chrome was defeated by a French team who used 0-day exploits in the version of Flash, shipped with Chrome to take complete control of a fully patched 64-bit Windows 7 PC using a booby-trapped website that overcame Chrome's sandboxing.
Chrome was compromised twice at the 2012 Tansic.
Google's official response to the exploits was delivered by Jason Kersey, who congratulated the researchers, noting, "We also believe that both submissions are works of art and deserve wider sharing and recognition."
Fixes for these vulnerabilities were deployed within 10 hours of the submission. A significant number of security vulnerabilities in Chrome occurred in the Adobe Flash Player.
For example, the 2016 TaBNWNE successful attack on Chrome relied on 4 security vulnerabilities.
2 of the vulnerabilities were in Flash, 1 was in Chrome, and 1 was in the Windows kernel.
In 2016, Google announced that it was planning to phase out Flash Player in Chrome, starting in version 53.
The first phase of the plan was to disable Flash for end-to-end background analytics, with the ultimate goal of disabling it completely by the end of the year, except on specific sites that Google has deemed to be broken without it.
Flash would then be re-enabled with the exclusion of ads and background analytics on a site-by-site basis.
Leaked documents from 2013 to 2016 code, named Vault 7, detail the capabilities of the United States Central Intelligence Agency, such as the ability to compromise web browsers, including Google Chrome. Google introduced download scanning protection in Chrome 17.
In February 2018, Google introduced an ad blocking feature based on recommendations from the Interactive Advertising Bureau.
Sites that employ invasive ads are given a 30-day warning, after which their ads will be blocked.
Consumer Reports recommended users install dedicated ad blocking tools instead, which offer increased security against malware and tracking.
Chrome supported up to version 45 plugins with a Netscape plugin application programming interface and the API, so that plugins, for example Adobe Flash Player, run as unrestricted separate processes outside the browser and cannot be sandboxed as tabs are.
ActiveX is not supported.
Since 2010, Adobe Flash has been integral to Chrome and does not need to be installed separately.
Flash is checked up to date as part of Chrome's own updates.
Java applet support was available in Chrome with Java 6 Update 12 and above.
Support for Java under OS X was provided via Java update released on May 18, 2010.
On August 12, 2009, Google introduced a replacement for NP API that is more portable and more secure, called Pepper Plugin API, PP API.
The default bundled PP API Flash Player or Pepper-based Flash Player was available on Chrome OS first, then replaced the NP API Flash Player on Linux from Chrome version 20, on Windows from version 21.1, which also reduced flash crashes by 20% and eventually came to OS X at version 23.
On September 23, 2013, Google announced that it would be deprecating and then removing NP API support.
NP API support was removed from Linux in Chrome Release 35.
NP API plugins like Java can no longer work in Chrome, but there are workarounds for Flash UI using PP API Flash Player on Linux, including for Chromium.
On April 14, 2015, Google released Chrome v42, disabling the NP API by default.
This makes plugins that do not have a PP API plugin counterpart incompatible with Chrome, such as Java, Silverlight, and Unity.
However, NP API support could be enabled through the Chrome//flags menu until the release of version 45 on September 1, 2015. That removed NP API support entirely. We will continue about Google Chrome in Part 4.